Hey ladies, let's be honest for a second. You may have thought about this at some point. How can I tell if this man really loves me or if I'm simply another notch on his bedpost? The question hits differently when you're an older lady dating or loving a younger man or even someone your own age. You know what you want. No games, no false promises, and no pointless connections. And the truth is that a man doesn't always indicate how he feels by what he says. He also shows how he feels by what he does in bed. Yes, in bed. It's not about how to do things, crazy positions, or romance as in movies. It's about how he acts, how he pays attention, and what he wants. And today, I'm going to break it down for you, because real love makes a man act differently in the bedroom. And if you overlook these indicators, you might squander time on someone who's not actually invested. But if you spot them, you'll know you've got something real. Let's get started. First, let's speak about why this subject is even more important for older women. See, there's a social fallacy flying around that guys only desire younger women for sex and excitement. But real research and case studies suggest otherwise. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Sex Research discovered that males who fell in love with older women generally express deeper emotional fulfillment and a stronger sense of comfort in intimate settings. Why? Because older women add emotional maturity, confidence, and a non-judgmental presence to the relationship. And for a male, that impacts how he behaves in bed. But here's the problem. A lot of women confuse attention for fondness. A man can be attentive because he's chasing novelty, not because he's in love. So, you need to know the difference. Because when it's pure love, his conduct transforms in subtle but profound ways. Take Lisa, 47, who revealed her story on a relationship psychology blog last year. She started dating a 35-year-old guy named Mark. The chemistry was instant, the attraction was intense. At first, their bedroom life was wonderful, but it felt like a performance, always about exotic positions, chasing thrills, and trying to impress. But then, around month 3, something shifted. He slowed down. He started paying more attention to how she felt. He asked queries. He held her longer. He didn't rush to finish. Lisa stated it felt like he wasn't trying to impress anymore. He just wanted to connect. That's when I realized this wasn't just about sex. This was about us. That's what occurs when it's actual love. And that shift, it's trackable, predictable, and backed by behavioral psychology. Let's unpack those indications one by one. Number 1, he focuses on emotional safety, not performance. When a man is chasing approval, he performs. When a man is in love, he protects. In bed, this implies he's more tuned into how you feel physically and emotionally. He'll ask whether you're comfortable. He won't push you into anything you're unsure about. He won't chase novelty for ego's sake. A study from the Kinsey Institute in 2018 indicated that men in love relationships show larger oxytocin spikes during intimate moments compared to guys in casual interactions. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, and it makes a male more loving and protective during intercourse. Translation: if he's slowing down, paying attention, and making you feel emotionally safe, it's love, not lust. Number 2, he listens and remembers. This sounds easy, yet it's a major sign. In casual encounters, most men don't recall your preferences, your preferred spots, or the tiny things you mention, but in real love, a guy remembers. If you casually mention you appreciate soft touches on your neck, and 2 weeks later he's doing it without being prompted, it's a clue. Why? Because emotionally engaged guys demonstrate higher memory recall for mate preferences. According to a 2020 study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior, your enjoyment matters to him, not because it makes him feel good, but because it makes you feel wonderful. Number 3. He's cool with vulnerability. Most males are conditioned to keep emotions out of the bedroom. Be tough, stay in control. But love breaks that wall. In bed with a lady he loves, a guy lets himself be seen. He'll demonstrate sensitivity, apprehension, and even insecurity. He might express anxieties and say things he wouldn't ordinarily discuss, and he'll open himself emotionally before, during, or after intimacy. Relationship therapist Dr. Robert Weiss points out that sex in meaningful relationships generally triggers post-coital vulnerability in men, making them more prone to communicate emotions shortly after intimacy. So if your partner lies there holding you, talking about his dreams, his past, or his worries, you've jumped from physical connection to emotional intimacy. Number 4, he prioritizes aftercare. Let's be blunt. In casual sex, aftercare is infrequent. But with actual love, it's automatic. Aftercare describes the things that happen after intimacy: cuddling, chatting, checking in on you, and making sure you're good emotionally and physically. A man who loves you will automatically want to stay close, embrace you, ask how you're feeling, maybe grab you a glass of water, or just lay silently with you in his arms. Sexual wellness specialist Emily Morse discusses that aftercare promotes trust and strengthens connection, and men in committed, loving relationships practice it significantly more frequently than those in casual ones. If your partner does this, you're not just another good time, you're someone he treasures. Number 5. He's inquiring, not demanding. Real love in bed isn't about ticking boxes or living out dreams at your expense. It's about curiosity. A man in love wants to explore what makes you happy. He'll ask what you enjoy and what you don't. He'll note what makes you gasp and what makes you tense up. And significantly, he won't demand anything you're uncomfortable with. This kind of interest is an indication of emotional investment. A man chasing his own pleasure won't ask. A man in love will, because your experience counts to him. And sure, science verifies this. A 2021 study from Psychology and Sexuality discovered that emotional involvement highly connects with sexual curiosity and adaptability in men. Put simply, love makes a man pay attention. Number 6. He's content with silence. In casual interactions, silence after sex might feel awkward. One or both people rush to fill the gap with small talk, jokes, or leaving fast. But in a true relationship, quiet is safe. A man who loves you won't feel the need to perform emotionally thereafter. He'll be okay lying quietly with you, holding your hand, or just listening to your breathing. Relationship psychotherapist Esther Perel calls this the peaceful certainty of connection. If you've shared moments where neither of you felt the need to communicate, yet the intimacy was apparent, that's love, not lust. Number 7. He wants to be seen by you. This might sound subtle, but it's huge. In true love, a man wants you to see him, not just his body, but his soul. He's less prone to hide physical faults or emotional problems. He might let you see his scars, let you notice when he's nervous, and expose bits of himself he'd typically conceal. This conduct has roots in attachment theory. According to a study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, 2020, men in emotionally stable unions demonstrate increased self-disclosure during intimate moments compared to men in casual situations. If your partner lets you see the unfiltered version of himself in bed, it's a tremendous show of love. All right, let's wrap this up. If you're an older woman wondering how to determine if a man actually loves you, look at how he behaves in bed. It's not about spectacular gestures or outrageous poses. It's about emotional safety above performance. listening and remembering your requirements, letting himself be vulnerable, prioritizing aftercare, be inquiring, not demanding, feeling comfy in silence, wanting to be totally seen. When a man performs these things, you're not just a fling, you're his person, and you deserve nothing less. So, pay attention, and if you're not seeing these indicators, don't settle, because there's a man out there who will. If you found this eye-opening, press that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your pals, because every woman needs to know what real love looks like, even in the bedroom. And if you've had an experience like this, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, remain smart, stay loved, and remember, the right man loves you with his actions, not just his words.